Hey, good evening. This is Jupiter Exile. Hope you've had a good weekend. Tonight, we're going to be setting our first toes into Dark Souls 3, working on an SL1 run. I think I'm probably getting drowned out by the game audio for a little bit, but, you know, we're just going to live with that. Oh, it may not capture anytime I minimize. Anyhow, I haven't played Dark Souls 3 in years. We've just finished the Dark Souls 1 and 2 SL1 runs. We didn't get every boss in Dark Souls 2, and I may revisit the game at some point to do that, but it's not an immediate concern. How do I scroll the end of this fast and quickly? Come on now. Just get on down through it. Yada 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 yada. Hey. So Dark Souls 3 has some of has the most fast-paced gameplay. It came out after Bloodborne, so they learned some lessons from Bloodborne, really. So we have a very forgiving, powerful dodge. Dark Souls 3 is kind of the dodge Souls, because we've got a very powerful dodge, but enemies are going to be more aggressive. So there's a lot more of like action game elements that we're going to see going into this. Oh boy. I should have scrolled through this before I started the stream. My goodness. Why can't I get this to go any faster? I just hold down? That's a little better. Oh, I guess if I had held down the whole time instead of like being on the controller, that would have worked better. Okay. I have not played Dark Souls 3. I've not played since the Ringed City came out, since before then. The last time I was playing, Ashes of Ariandel was the newest thing. And I don't have save data for this game on this computer. We don't want to see the dragons, so probably about like this. Yada 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 yada. Moving on. So Dark Souls 3 is a bit more flexible of an SL1 run than Dark Souls 1 for sure. Dark Souls 1, the SL1 run is really like unintentional and kind of clunky. Dark Souls 2, when you get to the DLC, it feels more intentional, but it's a very punishing game. I'd call Dark Souls 2 the unfriendliest option. Name the character Jupiter. Class is going to have to be Deprived, because it's the only class that starts at level 1. So for Dark Souls 2 SL1, your Deprived starts with 6 in all stats. For Dark Souls 3, you get 10 in all stats. That's huge. For a Burial Gift, let's see. I think I'll take a Fire Gem. Yeah. And we will go with Dragon Academy Student, and we'll just run with that. I don't spend time looking at the character while I'm playing, so I don't feel a lot of merit or care in adjusting them. So we've got about 2 or 3 hours tonight that will be up for this, and I'm going to let some people know that I've gone live, and we'll see how far we can get. Alright, so we're in it. Just had to let some people know. Okay. Yada 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 yada. Put 2 hands on the club. Shield is worthless. Can we just unequip it? Yep, done. We gotta get used to the handling of this. It's gonna be way smoother than Dark Souls 2. Of the items in the beginning area, I don't remember how many are impactual. I'm not going to be going after the kind of mega twinkling Titanite Lizard to start with. How easily can we... Okay, so it's more normal about being able to backstab things as opposed to like Dark Souls 1 where you can backstab everything trivially. But yeah, we do huge, huge damage for this early on in the game. Ow. couple of random guys back here. I think they might be protecting items. Oh my god, Estes is so fast. Coming from the Dark Souls 2 Estes speed, that's nonsense, man. Oh, you just bust it out and bam, you're already fine. Yeah. Now, one thing I needed to check. Okay, so we don't have a parry. We have the weapon art while this is out. We have the parry only while the club is put away. Okay. So we have some slightly different like buttons and things going on compared to DS2 because we've got weapon arts in DS3. I don't think we're going to use too much of that. Got some faster attacking boys. Now I need to try to jump for this. It's valuable. There we go. A little Titanite. Slurp. That guy's going to shoot at us in a moment. Alright, and then we've got this guy, these guys down here. And here I think it's just some fire bombs. Yeah, we'll grab those. That'll be handy in a bit. When we need to beat some like Pus of Man stuff. Alright, so let's see how we can fare against the first boss for not having played like Dark Souls 3 in years. Now I really like this first boss. It really like sets the feel of how Dark Souls 3 is going to be. This is like just starting up the tempo. Oh, he doesn't wake up? Oh, we have to remove sword. Missed it. Ow. Is that not quite right? Shoot. I used to be able to parry this guy all the time on command. So I'm going to have to remember kind of how to do that. And I do want to remember how to do that. One of the big differences between Dark Souls 3 and the other Dark Souls games, you can parry a lot of stuff in Dark Souls 3. It's a very useful tool. We want to have that in our tool belt. Yeah, we swing fast, we dodge fast. Enemies are fast. It's a way faster game than what we've been playing. Alright, boss is going to be awake first thing when we come back. There we go. Time is off there. Can't parry that one. That'll about put him into phase 2. And there's Judex Gundyr. So that's kind of Dark Souls 3 telling us, like, hey, bosses are going to have phases, they're going to attack faster, you got to be ready for that. So I really like how it sets the stage. Now, PvP mechanics in Dark Souls 3 are quite plainly better than Dark Souls 2. We opt into PvP by applying an Ember to our character. We will be Embered anytime we kill a boss, and anytime we use the Ember item. And if we're not Embered, we don't have to worry about being invaded. I got a broken straight sword. There are a couple items along the way. I can't recall how many things are meaningful as we go along here. There's a few little tricks. So, Dark Souls 3, in terms of the SL1 runs that are available to us, Dark Souls 3 has the biggest variety of weapons we can actually make use of in SL1, but in order to get access to most of them, or the ability to wield most of them, we're going to have to get through the Dancer, a very challenging kind of middle-of-the-game boss. Some might argue late game, but I'm just going to move on through here so we can get into the central Firelink Shrine and set this up. Drink a little coffee. So we've got a lot of stuff going on in here, a lot of people to talk to, things like that. I need to remember how I can switch my Estus around. Is this something the Firekeeper does? Okay, no, we're not leveling up. Don't worry about it. Is it through attunement? No. I completely forgot how to convert from ash to regular.
Ah, well, you're not gives me conniption, and it have us secret weird.
We've got this fellow here, Hawkwood. We are going to progress dialogues with him somewhat because there's kind of a valuable item we can get later as part of a quest with him. So Dark Souls 3 is somewhat different from the storyline in that it kind of acknowledges from the very beginning of the game the cycle is in. Oh, the blacksmith does it? Good, good, good. Yeah, so with Dark Souls 3, we acknowledge from the beginning that the world is in kind of a cyclical loop involving these Lords of Flame who have linked the fire before. And essentially, if the flame isn't linked for too long, these people start to wake back up and are compelled to link the fire so that the cycle perpetuates, continuing on the original sin of Gwyn. And so in Firelink Shrine, we've got like the shrines to these lords. One of these being a willing lord who is too weak to link the fire on his own.
Unkindled. I am Ludleth of Corland. Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago. If substantiation be thy want, this sad cadet. Knowest thou 5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire? The fast-fading flame must a reenactment. So it is. I may be but small. Now.
Yeah, so there's kind of like a sinister overtone to the notion of linking the fire if you've played the game long enough and you kind of understand what's going on with all that. But this is a very... Dark Souls 3 is very, like, friendly. It's very nice. We get a lot of amenities immediately on reaching this place. We've got a shopkeeper here. Handmaiden of the Shrine. I believe there is a key at this shopkeep that we need to get. I might be wrong. Okay, the key might show up. Nope, there it is. The tower key. 20,000. It's good for us to get. I believe our key weapon for most of this run is going to be the Broadsword. There's actually a variety of shields that we qualify for as well, because anything with attribute requirements around 10 is fair game. You can also actually cast spells and use them. Like, you can use Pharaon Dart and Soul Arrow just fine, as well as I think the meager sword attack. That's not going to be for us, though. We're not going to be doing that.
Is it not?
That's right. We bring Umbral Ash to the shopkeep, and she'll get more stuff. And there's like various sorts of ash we can bring her that will continually expand her inventory.
I am Andre, as a humble smith. Forge at your ends, toilsome, let me, I am.
So we've got Andre of Astora here, who takes care of all our other stuff. We're going to allot Estus. You basically have to allot between healing and magic restoration. I appreciate that there's some kind of mechanic that holds magic back at least a little bit for once. He can reinforce the Estus Flask with Estus Shards the same way you get that done in Dark Souls 2. I believe speaking with him to a certain extent gives us like a gesture. Yep. He does not sell any weapons unlike in previous games. He can only reinforce things or infuse them. It takes 2 Titanite Shards to start. We've only got 1. We can upgrade the club, but it's not really a strong weapon for us in terms of what's available, so we're generally not going to bother with that. We've also got access to Infusion, which works similarly to the way it does in Dark Souls 2, where we can choose various kind of power-ups to do for items. And it handles fire in much the way it does in Dark Souls 1. There are more options than there were previously for Infusion. There's a lot of variety, and there's a few different infusions that actually work well for us on SL1 with the various weapons we have access to. This place will be populated by some more goons as we kind of get things done and meet people. Some of them, like, a lot of them aren't going to matter because they're vendors for like all the casting styles that we're not going to bother with. There's another couple of folks who will give you some free level ups. We're not allowed to take advantage of those, so we will never get to the advanced inventories for those shopkeepers or anything like that. There are a few more areas to explore around Firelink, but a lot of the navigation in this game is sadly teleportation based. So eventually when we're ready to leave here and go on to the next place, we just teleport out the middle. Just trying to remember if there's anything else I have left behind. There's an upper path here with like a back area. We've confusingly got a Tree of Giants. I think the Seed of Tree of Giants is still an available item in this game, and it still has its anti-PvP function. This is the tower that we would require the key for. I believe the tower is necessary, theoretically, to get up on top of this stuff. I believe there was like a jank way to run up this tree and then get a jump to happen. I'm going to try a couple of times to see if I can manage it, but after being away from the game for so long, it would be pretty wild if I were to get this. A lot of people remark on this, like, tree... Oh, I got it. Okay. A lot of people remark on that tree setup as being a big obstacle to, like, speedrunning the game. Because it's a little tricky to get it consistent. But now that we're up here, we can kick that ladder down over there and come back up here whenever we want. This also gives us access to the Dark Souls 3 crows, which can allow us to trade out certain items. They hang out over here. We get an Ester Shard here. I don't believe there's actually an illusion on this wall, but I'll check. There is actually an illusion on this wall. I don't recall if this is meaningful. I think I can drop down there and it might get me somewhere, but before that, let me go back outside. There are actually quite a few different unique items that you can acquire by interacting with the crows in this game, including Solaire's full armor set. But I vaguely remember that there might be some upgrade materials up around here. Is it that I have to go back this way? Twinkling Titanite. There are actually some boss weapons that we can try to equip. I don't think there are any that fall into like the realm of ideal weapons, but they're on offer. It's an option. Oh, whoops! I was not supposed to jump down without figuring out that ladder. Now I have to do this skip again. Nope, that was not nearly high up enough. Well, if I got it once, I can get it twice. It's about wrenching appropriately to the right. There we go. It's not like this game is as optimized as Dark Souls 1 or anything, so if there's a couple errors in terms of trying to get these tricks done, it's not that big a deal. Even for people who are doing dedicated speedruns, which is not what I'm doing, so whatever. That's right, there's a chest over here, and this is not a mimic. Covetous silver ring. I think that just gets us extra soul income, which is not... Yeah, that's not the most important thing to this run. Can I make that jump? Not like that. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and move on. I feel like there might have been something more up there that I can interact with, but it's not important right now. We're going to go to the High Wall of Lothric, the first area of the game. So naturally we've got a lot of things to collect, a lot of like stuff to get started on, and I don't tremendously remember the way this game is laid out, like not all over. As I said, I haven't played it in several years. Haven't even watched gameplay in quite a while either. But I'm going to try to just be thorough and remember things as I go and get about it. I do remember a lot about how the bosses behave, which is, 80% of playing a Dark Souls game. That's a lie. Remembering how the bosses behave is 30%. 60% of the game is on the camera. Like, understanding how to manage the camera in Dark Souls is the most important skill or bit of knowledge you can have. Okay, so we've got two directions to start from here. I believe this direction opens up as a kind of shortcut a little later. Hey, jerk. Yeah, we've got some stuff going on over there. He's going to be angry. We're going to run past everybody over here. Some of those people are going to be mad. Grab the binoculars, and I think there's like a bow around here, but we're not going to be using ranged weapons for this run. I'm wrong, the bow is somewhere else. Just club him down. Mess you up. So this game, being in the course of being way friendlier than Dark Souls 2, this game actually uses like kind of alert zombies or alert hollows to trigger the other hollows instead of having everybody magically know where you are and what like you ate for breakfast. The Dark Souls 2 method. I'm just gonna go. Probably get killed pretty soon, but Anything else want to fall down? Alright. This isn't illusory. No, I didn't think so. I think a dragon like breathes fire on this area soon. Causes a bit of a kerfuffle. That's right, we got back the good old Dark Souls 1 kick animation. Brutal. So I think we need to go like a little ways up here, and then I forget how the Dragon Breath actually triggers. Let me see. Is this the one where we can just run up in here? Yeah, this is the game where we want to run past the Dragon Breath. And over to here. Now, downstairs is a very valuable kind of chest with a mimic. And then over through here, past this very tough ombre on our left, is going to be a bonfire. It's like up the stairs. Over here. Okay, I can remember at least this much about the starting area. We're going to rest to reset everything. And I don't have a Lloyd's Talisman, so I'm going to have to fight that Mimic the hard way. Ow. I want to thank him very much for just getting beat to death and for allowing that to work. Yeah, so let's see. So this right here is a tricky bit of combat. We don't have access to a Lloyd's Talisman yet to just get the item for free. You can tell because the chain is facing towards us that this is a Mimic. So we're going to do an opening hit. Going to roll out, so the initial grab doesn't do anything. Never mind, I did not wait long enough. So that's a handy-dandy first death. Yeah, it doesn't have the same behavior as Dark Souls 2 mimics. So let me see. I'm actually going to go back real quick and see if I can cheat on this. And go back to Firelink. I don't know if Lloyd's Talismans are in the shop immediately. If they are, I can just buy a Lloyd's Talisman and loot him with that. And I don't have to kill him. It is a bit of an annoying fight.
How?
Do you have... I don't see them. Nope, not here.
Ashen one.
Alright, well, since I came back here real quick...
Just good, wasn't it?
If you could reinforce the Estus Flask. Thank you.
Pretty be careful.
Okay, so that was a bit of an extra detour for not much of a reason. But I do need to step away and use the restroom. I will be right back. Thank you for your patience. Alright, and we're back. Okay, so we're going to head back over to that spot on the high wall. Now, I don't remember exactly what it is that this Mimic is carrying. I just remember it's a fairly potent early game weapon. So Dark Souls 3 has several advantages for us. I was referring to it being fairly kind as a game. Oh, this might get us killed. It'll definitely get us killed. Never mind, I can take that fall. But I can't take this backstab. Yep, screwed up a bit there. So Dark Souls 3 is a lot nicer than Dark Souls 2 in terms of the way enemies aggro, how they behave, and in a lot of cases their general kit. On the other hand, though, unlike Dark Souls 2, in Dark Souls 2... Oh my god. In Dark Souls 2, you get kind of the nice assist that any enemy that you kill a certain number of times will stop coming back. Dark Souls 3 doesn't feature this at all. Everybody's gonna be full bore coming at you. And it appears as though this time I've aggroed way too many guys, somehow. Alright, so we're going to kill a few more guys and take it a bit slower in trying to get back over to this Mimic fight. Let me know if the audio level is a bit weird. Woo, excuse me. Ah. Yeah, we've got enemies with very fast follow-ups to make up for the fact that our Estus is super quick. We are able to kind of chain out a regular attack into a shield breaker in this. It's very nice. You just kind of go hi-ya, hi-ya. And a lot of enemies will keep their shield up between that. Now, many enemies do care about the sound we make when we walk. So you can move at slow speed to kind of decrease the aggro behavior of like that knight out there. And we'll use that to kill that guy without fighting the knight at the same time. The knight will actually go down the stairs if we give him the appropriate amount of time. This fellow on the left actually aggroed onto us earlier, so we'll kill him. The knight still does not appear to have woken up or come after us. So we'll just move on down to the Mimic fight. I think I can get 1 or 2 hits before he does the grab. There's his initial grab. I have to be pretty cautious about this. This guy does incredible damage. Staggered him there. He also, like, comes out like he got legs and they ain't for show. I knew I'd get the stagger there. Probably want to do this unlocked so I can get a better dodge angle on him. That chair could have been my death. Whew. A lot of luck happening there. There we go. Whew. Tense. Yeah, so for that we get the Deep Battle Axe, which is notably pretty strong for now. It does like a component of dark damage. It's like almost double our current damage. We have to hold it in 2 hands, but that's fine. And it's not that slow for what it is. Let's see. Walk out on this, grab this weapon. It's some fire bombs. This is leading to the Pus of Man. Yeah, it's pretty fine to go for that now. I'm gonna have to loop back to get some stuff later. Yeah, Dark Souls 3 is really, really smooth compared to Dark Souls 1 and 2. Like, we can just very cleanly, like, get a couple hits on that guy, drop right down. We're not going to want to tangle with this hollow, because he's going to go super crazy. That would be the sound of him going real nuts. He's kind of gotten everything up there killed. The raw gem's very valuable to us. We can fight that guy in a pinch. He's hanging out up there. And we get a Titanite Shard if we actually fight and kill him. Ow. That's very inconsiderate. Nope. Almost dead there. We'll carve through the last of those guys. Alright. So we need to kind of get down there's a few different ways of going about that. There's a lot of kind of trajectories you can use to approach this area on the whole. Like there's a ladder here that I can go down. There's buildings that I can go through over there. And there's also a lot of items strewn around here for us to kind of start getting geared up. You can see there's a notable knight over there. We're going to take this down route for now. We'll come back through here in a bit and do some other things. Now you've got a lot of corpses here, some of which are angry boys. I'm going to come out and try to rough you up. Gorgeous view ahead, right behind the butt of that knight. We've got a pretty big boy over here. In the scheme of the game, he's not that big a deal, but at this point, he's a little bit of a rough customer. Got an ember over here, which is handy, but we don't need to tangle with him, and largely, like, we're not gonna right now. He doesn't like to leave his courtyard, so we don't have to worry about him, like, running after us. And now that we've gotten down, we've got this courtyard area with two major directions to go. We've got over that way and over that way. Down there leads to the boss. But we do need to get an item before we can make that boss fight happen. Let's see. There's an item over there we can run to, which puts us back in that courtyard, which I don't want to deal with at the moment. Trying to remember where the local bonfire is. There's one that's around here somewheres. I remember this courtyard will fill up with angry boys, so I'm looking behind me as I go. There they are. That particular setup is only really dangerous if it catches you by surprise, like a lot of things in Dark Souls. So here we have an elevator. Yeah, I believe this will get us back up to the other side of the first bonfire. Throwing knives, a very non-illusory wall. This will just open from this side. There's a big old axe guy here. Very narrowly managed to backstab on him. We gotta take him out pretty quickly because there's some other stuff around here, and I don't want to deal with two of them at once. So now we have every license to come on up over here. We've got to watch out because there's some dogs around here that can give us trouble. That dog, like, magically teleported to show up. Like, he was nowhere, and then he was right on top of us. So this would be back at the first bonfire. Go ahead and just kind of mark that. And we're going to go explore back over this way. So somebody with... there was an archer shooting at us. There's a way to get him. Right, he's over here. Going to kill the archer, drop behind this to give us a little insulation from the dogs from the elevation. And then we do need to kill at least one of these guys to safely proceed. Now, a sufficiently strong hit on, like, canine enemies in Dark Souls 3 just completely ragdolls them. I'm going to get some space before that guy with the halberd wrecks me. Yeah. I kind of thought that might happen, but I didn't think I could get away from the dog at the same time. This is one of those cases where it's probably better for me to just, like, roll into them and through them and just deal with it that way. So same as before. Man, that was weird and problematic. Yeah, so that time, just like, yeah, we're just going to dodge that. Certainly fighting Unlocked in Dark Souls 3 is a little bit harder with everything being more dynamic. Like, everything moves around a lot more, so fighting Unlocked is actually a little trickier. But our dodge is more forgiving, so fighting locked on is less likely to cause a problem for us as opposed to the earlier Dark Souls games. So that guy was about to transform into one of those like freaky hell creatures that are referred to as the Pus of Man. Killing him early means we don't get the drops for his transformed version. And every one of those transformations is guaranteed to drop an upgrade material the first time you kill them. But we did not want to fight him at the moment, so I just took him out. Not much cause to be over here. Most of these hollows are just kind of praying, and I still don't know what's up entirely with these humans turning into trees, except that it's a motif that happens in the Dark Souls world. That's just a thing. Not something I know the deets on. So subsequent times we come back through here, we can just kind of like fall down those platforms and get to this elevator without a fuss. So now we've got an established shortcut between like this area down here and the very first area. This elevator doesn't have any tricks, which is an oddity among elevators. One more. I feel like there was an archer around here somewhere, like a guy with a crossbow. Oh, here he is. There's no illusion back here, that's just a troll. So the tricky part about this segment is we've got a few of these ornery, like, knights. They can be fairly tough. And we need to fight through a couple of them to get across the courtyard. There's also a Glowing Eyes Knight, which is a tougher variant. These guys are actually pretty cool. They've got like some attacks that are based on their shield. Needed to move out of that space before the second one came in. They can be very frustrating because between the shield attacks, they don't present like strong openings. They've got that like super delayed attack too. Your strong attacks can also be charged in Dark Souls 2, which is a feature that's in common with, or in Dark Souls 3, sorry, a feature that's in common with Bloodborne. Hack. I went in a little early, but we still got there. With our sliver of health remaining. Well, the most important point of HP is your last. So with that, we can get in here and chat with this NPC, who will give us a key item.
I allow you they have left to their head for.
The small Lothric banner. We require this in order to access the other area. She'll also give us access to the Way of Blue, which is not too important right now. This is also the boss arena for fighting the Dancer, that important mid-game boss fight that we need to get through at some point. We can trigger the boss fight early by killing her, otherwise the boss fight does not trigger until we have taken out quite a lot of other bosses. The Dancer's more of a late-game boss, so she's real tough. Okay. I think that item there is a halberd, which is not bad, and I think that over there is the knight that's guarding an upgrade material. Might be able to just creep up on this guy. I can definitely grab this before he gets ticked off. It's the Lucerne, which is like a pole hammer weapon. I don't believe that's the sort of thing we would care to use. Yeah, it's got too much dex requirement. We would need a ring to use it. And it's not going to be worth it. Yeah, so here's Mr. Angry Dome. He's got some glowing red eyes, and he drops a very potent item. We're not going to fight him just yet. So moving on down there, we can go fight the first boss, but I would actually like to loot back and grab more stuff first. Probably also want to get my Estus back. Estus does not help us very much for the first boss, but I don't know. It's fine. It still feels nice to have. I am comforted to have some Estus hanging out. Grab the rapier, kill a guy. Run over here. This will get us the stairs back up, the ladder. Ah, he's gonna kill me on that ladder. I forgot there were guys on that balcony. That's fine, that's fine. I actually wanted to take some more of the routes from the second bonfire on the high wall. To remember all the items that are around here. I didn't go the low path here, and I think there's an NPC vendor that I need to activate by taking the low path here. There's also this. Very valuable at this stage of the game. Titanite Shards will become common by the time we reach about Pharaon Swamp, but we're going to need a heck of a lot more of them. There's a lot of these kind of thief guys hanging out here, and one of this guy, who I don't care for at all. I think most of this room is explosive. So if you hesitate on killing this guy, he can throw a firebomb and mess up your day. We get the Mail Breaker, and I don't remember if that's a key we can acquire later. I don't recall. And then over here, got some throwing knives. Another item. He was in the mood to drop some pants, which we actually are kind of in need of. Yeah, take that. Defense calculations are a little strange in Dark Souls 3, as well as in the other Dark Souls games for that matter. Okay, this requires a key that I haven't gotten, so I need to remember where the heck this key is. I think that key might be in the next area, so I think we need to revisit for this. Also locked. There's like an elevator back there too. I know there was a ledge with some lightning pine resin that I'm missing right now. Is that over here? This is the way to the Pus of Man. So let me just fight the Pus of Man for this area. Is that other guy still ticked off? Maybe. He's kind of eyeballing me. No, he wants to stay inside. I'm going to first take that off. I'm going to put the firebombs on. Firebomb is a very easy way to defeat a Pus of Man enemy. They hate fire damage. So we're going to show up here, which is going to wake him up. And when he gets in about the range to take a swing, he's going to go all crazy. Throw fire, it makes him scream. We do it again. He's still got us there. Yeah, it's not super full. It's not entirely foolproof to do, but he drops a. I believe he drops a Titanite Shard, which I would really like to have right now. It's handy. I might +1 the weapon before I start fighting the boss. I haven't made up my mind on that. So I think I just want to fall here and then go this way. And then a guy hops over the wall. kill that guy. And we'll wake up this dude, grab these souls. Sorry about the noise, these guys are just super loud. There's a few enemy types like this that are super susceptible to fire, so we just throw some fire at them, and then we can run in with some melee attacks, and that takes them out. There's some other enemies later who we similarly like fight off with a torch. I think it's pretty neat, make you remember like all your different tools and stuff. Okay, we're gonna take out the guys in this ledge again. Whew, close. Alright, so I think this time I just want to fall, or walk over here. Black fire bombs. Now there's a few different items that are through here. I believe there's a guy on like the left who's gonna kinda try to ambush me. This is just the guy who's straight ahead. He's on the left through here. Here he is. Be wary of right. Alright, there's a Lloyd Talisman. Yet they call them Undead Hunter Charms here. Take him out, grab another Titanite Shard. And this guy has really made his way over here. Yep, he got us with the shield bash. I was hoping for better results in the leap, didn't get him, that's fine. We've gathered up a number of Titanite Shards from various places, so that's handy. Let me see. I am going to take care of, like, one other kind of cleanup item. I don't recall all the things this gets me, but there is an NPC out in Firelink who we want to kill. Which is way out of here. It's over that way. Yada 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 yada. I don't recall why this is fog-walled. Do I need to talk to somebody to unfog-wall this?
What asking us to talking. What talking.
Okay, I don't remember why that is fog-walled right now.
Welcome home, speaker. Farewell, may the...
Because there's... Oh, that's right, that's just a loading thing. I just need to hang out there for a bit and it'll go away. I forget that this is something it does sometimes to save on loading zones. This is how many times we can roll and how quick it is. It's amazing. Come on. Load. Let me through. Alright, about to say, I installed you on the C drive. You better give me performance. So I believe it's right on the left over here. We've got actually a pretty tough hombre. It's not that guy. Yeah, he hangs out up near this tower. It's this kind of katana-wielding undead. His katana's a fairly good weapon. And he's got a lot of HP. He also attacks pretty fast and hard. Yeah, it may not be worth our time and effort to kill right now. I think he gives us like actual armor, and I would like to have some. So I think I'm gonna try and see if I can bait him off a ledge or kick him or something. Depending on how many times I have to wait for this to go away. Come on now. So this is a kind of maintenance task to do in terms of things. really forgot how much HP this guy has. Jeez. There's an item there. There are a number of these random hollows around, and a couple more items I've missed. Wait, was there something? There's something more over here, isn't there? Yeah, there we go. Homeward Bone. Just a couple little useful things to grab. Yeah, I think the ledging game plan for this guy is generally you want to stand like real close to a ledge. Alright, yeah. He recovers from that silly fast. Yeah, we can get like a little quick tool belt over here, which is really good for like leaving messages and things. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we get a view over the arena where we fought Udex Gundyr. There we go. This, I believe we need the tower key for. So in typical Dark Souls fashion, after we have ledged him, we need to quit to main menu, and then jump back in, and his items should spawn next to us. Now in Dark Souls 3 is the first Dark Souls game where armor is not upgradable, making it entirely a mix between like it's not, which means there's no commitment to the armor you're picking up. You can switch armor all the time, which is handy. So here we're going to equip the Master's Attire and the Master's Gloves. I'm trying to remember if there's any other details about this. It doesn't give us any extra stats or anything. It's just handy, and it's very, very light. Mostly, there is a hidden penalty for having unoccupied gear slots, so putting the most basic gear in a gear slot is removing that penalty. So there's like a hidden reduction in the amount of damage we take for putting on just something. Let's see, I'm just going to move to the high wall, and we're going to start making attempts on the first boss. From what I remember, the mace thrust from the first boss is like deceptively quick, and that's really that's the biggest obstacle on the boss I can think of at the moment. Just messed that up a couple of times for good measure. Yeah, so we don't have to fight the dogs each time we come through here or anything like that. We can take a plunging attack on this guy, which makes him easy to clean up. We take the elevator down, and after we finish riding the elevator, we'll send the elevator back up. The last few guys between us and the first boss, I believe we can just sprint past. We do have to... It is a good idea to fight off this pack to make sure they don't run you down and overwhelm you. Because there's still a few enemies over here who we want to just normally kill. most notably this archer right here. And this guy right here. Both of those are easy kills, and they will cause trouble for us if we ignore them. We can drop straight down to here, and then to here. We've got this one enemy on the bridge who we can mostly just run past. And this brings us to the first boss. I believe he won't appear until we get very, very close to the store. So the first boss of the game would be Vort of the Boreal Valley. Boreal Valley enemies all have a kind of ice effect in common. It's also an effect that you can get using their weapons. Which reduces the stamina recharge of anything affected. I've played runs where I just run in, I played runs where I just get Vort's mace just to play with it. It's pretty fun. Yeah, for the first phase, we just get real up in his face because he doesn't really hit where he's standing. Starting from the second phase, we will be unable to do this, and he's in second phase now. Yeah, so in the second phase, he will do these kind of charging attacks that we need to respect a bit, and he does a couple of slams that are actually on his position that we need to pay more attention to. So I'm going to have to get used to that. Alright, this is super loud in my ears when I'm trying to, like, play and talk, so I'm going to hit the volume a little bit, get back into the game. I don't think that affects the volume that you hear, so, like, let me know how it goes. Take him out. The dog actually followed us this time, and he was kind of hanging out. There he goes. I think he might fall to his doom. Yeah, he is dead. So we'll activate that to send it back. Take care of that. Take care of that pack. So yeah, as for weapons on the first boss, the deep battle axe cuts him down pretty quick. Ow. Yeah, with an unupgraded weapon, I might have to give him more respect. But if you want, you can always bring in like a fire-infused weapon at this point. It's very effective. So just run past these two and get to the boss again. Grab these souls because I can. Oh, that actually did hit. Quick sip. There we go. Yeah, for the first phase, we really just want to crotch him. In a really rude way. That's the second phase. Yeah, he likes to do that 3 times. He chose to do a big ice breath there, which takes him a long time to do. Ooh, bad luck. So I couldn't tell when I got up from the slam to set up the next dodge. But very, very close to just killing him outright. That's the kind of case where if we had +1 the weapon with the Titanite we found, he'd be dead. But I don't really want to use the Titanite on this weapon. I'm saving it for a Broadsword. See, I was also thinking I might be able to more effectively damage him just with a certain, like, pattern of attack. Like, mixing in a heavy might have helped me. I'm not sure. Either way, this boss doesn't really have enough health to me to take seriously. In Dark Souls 3, you don't generally get, like, really big openings to hurt bosses. So I'm not so much waiting for him to, like, finish an attack so that I can then, like, go in and hit him. I'm mostly just trying to find a spot where he's not going to swing, and then I stand there and I swing. In the second phase, that is not a lot of places. Now, in Dark Souls 3, we do get a an extra sound for counter hitting. So there was like a little bit of a dull thud when I cracked into that last guy, and that was a counter hit sound. It's a bit easier to detect than in the other games. Come on. Take what you're doing. I thought that was going to hit me. Yeah, like I said, his hit areas are deceptively bad. Okay, this is his triple dash. Followed up with Frost Breath. We just hang out over here. Get our stamina bar back. We got Frostbitten somehow. I don't understand how that happened. That's a double attack. That managed to hit me somehow. Frostbitten does last a very long time if you get hit by it. And that'll be the boss. Whew. A little frantic, but ultimately I noticed, oh hey, there's the boss's head. Let's just whack him 1 or 2 across the skull. With this, we can tag this Bonfire. We get embered because we killed the boss. I'll take a quick rest to get my Estus flasks up. And now we can head on over here and present the banner, which allows us to reach the next area. So the Undead Settlement, once again, we've got an area with a lot of exploration to do and a lot of items in little places. So I'm going to try and be thorough and remember a lot about how to traverse the area. One of our strongest SL1 options, the Astora Straight Sword, is in this area. So we need to be very cognizant of that. There's also a hireling NPC who is back behind me now, across this bridge. I gotta worry about these dogs. They're possibly quite dangerous. They are distracted initially by killing the hollows. So we will exploit their distraction to take them out. That guy over there closes the bridge. We can just open it again with the lever that's right there. But that is not my current concern. I believe there are some items back over here that I want to grab. I think there's also another dog or 2 back here. Let me do this better. There we go. Better. That was close. Slurring Skulls might be useful. Now, back over here amongst all of these huddled and dead husks, there is one character who's actually alive.
Grant me death.
I can't recall. He's one of these guys. So normally, he would be kind of granting us a blessing and getting us extra levels back at the home base.
Oh, a chap to be in. I am Yol of Londor.
Yol of Londor.
A pilgrim, as you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained.
Yep, all these pilgrims
But
have just
perhaps
come
my
here
calling
to
lies
pray at Lothric
elsewhere,
and
say,
die.
Champion of... I was once as... Oh, I...
We'll allow him back, and he'll just teleport to Firelink. We're not actually allowed to make use of his services, but I think he sells some items. I don't recall. But yes, you can get 5 free level ups through Yol over the course of the game. After granting you a 5th level up, he dies, having expended all of his power, and he is replaced by another character, Yuria of Londor. Interacting with her, I think you can get a few further level ups. If you exploit that little chain to its end, you can unlock some different endings for the game based on the actions taken by those kooky little cultists. So they seem helpful, but they are working with them is succumbing to dark is a surety. Ah, cool. We randomly gained an extra Ester Shard from somebody else kindling that bonfire at the same time. Yeah, alright. So around here, we've got these dark huts, have a couple of ambushes and other things. There's also a couple tricky ways to engage with them. Like, don't just drop down at the first chance you get. Survey the area below you. You can see a lot of the enemies. And you can kill a lot of these little blighters before they get to just jump on you. Yeah, you get a lot of, what's it called? Dark Souls 3 is very squicky and squelchy with a lot of its effects and the way things move, which I think is kind of cool. Look, if this was Dark Souls 2, that guy would have dropped, like, behind me exactly, or on top of me or something. I'm so happy to be playing Dark Souls 3, man. Like, I can dodge, I can move, I can use real boy weapons. Crazy. We chop that down. I believe that is the, I believe that contains the key we need to free Grey Rat back in the prison. I'm gonna go grab that pretty soon. Loretta's bone. No, is that not related to that? No, we need to show this to Grey Rat so that he's, like, wanting to come with us. A lot of the things here are explosive, which helps out with the fact that there's, like, a zillion guys around here. Yeet. Nope, too much of a yeet. Just ease up on that arm then. Maybe like this? Higher? Okay. How about here? There we go. So this woman here with the little book will throw some utterly nasty sorceries at us. Or not sorceries, hexes. This is actually the continuation of dark magic. We really want that Ester Shard though, which is why we braved all this nonsense. Like, we don't have to aggro those guys, and generally speaking we won't. Alright, I want to make sure I've gotten everything around this burning tree, because I don't want to fight this set of guys every single time. that overhead swing is a lot slower than his regular behavior. So we'll take advantage of it by killing him. Okay, so... yeah, let's see. Come up over here and kill this guy. And then come back here. Kill that guy. Up over here, this door I thought was open from the other side. I guess I was wrong. If you don't think this room is suspicious as hell, you're a chump. I think this guy comes up. Yep. That guy doesn't do a lot of damage. He's just a really startling dude. And I believe this drop here puts us at this room with the with that emblem. There's some Estus soup to drink, and we can open this door, which is a one-way door, so it's kind of nice to have that opened. Yada yada. I think at least one of those guys gets up. That's not my current prerogative. Okay, so that is one direction that we can make use of. There is another direction back over here that needs to be explored. So we're going to cross this bridge. I think there's some guys who will shoot things at us over this way, so we have to be cautious of that. I believe that's when we go kind of this direction. Is there anything on this lower path? Nothing I remember. No, I really don't remember anything being there. So you can kind of hear the clinking of darts and maybe see a couple of them, because there's a dozen freaking dart thrower guys. You can get healed by dipping between the rocks. Watch out for that ambush. Let me watch out a bit more actively, because I'm getting a little full of holes. Alright, that was the last of our Estus. I don't recall if you get access to life gems at all in Dark Souls 3. I think it's more along the lines of, hey, if you want extra healing, that's what miracles are for. Just get some miracles. Kill this guy up on this rooftop, grab this item. More homeward bones. Okay, what I recall most about this area is that this is the locale where we have the option of unlocking the somewhat secret Mound Maker's Covenant. Mound Makers are a really interesting covenant where you are able to invade somebody else's world as a neutral party, where you're able to help them or hurt them by your own whim. So you are not beholden to the ideas of being... Whoa, something just dropped down somewhere. That was a guy on the other side of that. You are not beholden to the ideas of being helpful or harmful. You can do whatever you want. If the host happens to die, you get benefits. Here, I believe I want to drop to this lower route. This will be closer to a bonfire. I believe there's a bonfire right in this building. That is correct. So we're going to go ahead and rest up, get our Estus back. And I will continue exploring. Is there an enemy over here? Oh, not yet. Oh my god, there's so much stuff around here to like explore and grab and do. Okay, and I believe over here we can set free the Pyromancy Trainer.
Most to read the pleasure.
Onyx of the Great Swamp. He's unlocked. The hand axe I think is a decent item that we can choose to use that weapon if we want. This is a somewhat dangerous enemy. He will try to throw that pot at us. or just ordinarily crush us with it. There are a few folks of his variety ambling about. Alright, yeah. Trying to remember what different paths through here there may be. Yeah, so approaching that from the front is a lot more dangerous than dropping down and then just exploiting the bonfire. Up over here, I believe, is... There's an arena for another boss. There's a very important item over there. Like the best and most thorough traversals for this area, that's hellish to remember. There's so much to do over here. So much to get done. I'm pretty sure back here we've got like a giant rat going on. I think for a moment I heard a Titanite Lizard maybe. I think there's several like down here. Are you following me? I don't like that. Get wrecked. I'm busy. I don't have time for you. So down here in this area, I believe we've got a giant poisonous rat. Several other non-poisonous, less dangerous rats. Use a firebomb to soften that up, making this a little easier on me. And I believe the really big rat is in the fog up there. I think I need a key. I need keys, man. I forgot where all the keys are. There he is. Big Chungus rat. I'm going to ignore him for a moment and just move up here. And now we're just going to drop on top of him. Get the Blood Bite Ring that makes us more resistant to bleeding, which is not very important. About anything that would cause us to bleed will just kill us first, so we're not going to worry about that so much. Yeah, the locked door down there leads down to that little ravine area that has the upgrade items that I was looking at before. Let's see, we're going to run over here. There's a bonfire here. We'll get lit. Holy Knight Hodrick is a scripted mad spirit. And there he is, looking all purple and mad. So Mad Spirits are the Moundmaker Covenant Spirits, and they are, enemies consider them hostile. They are neutral parties rather than strictly opponents, relative to you, the player. He is, like, just sitting there spamming a whole bunch of nonsense. Like, he don't know what to do. Yep, he's even labeled Moundmakers, Holy Knight Hodrick. Cracking backstabs. He is handily Estus happy. And I just got parried, so that'll kill me. Yeah, NPCs are pretty good hand at parrying in this game, so you gotta watch for that. They are a lot more varied in terms of what they can do, as opposed to like the Dark Souls 2 Phantoms, who just kind of brute force you down. Now, those scripted Phantoms will only appear while you're embered, so he appeared because I still had the embering from the last boss fight. So there is a Crystal Lizard there. Starting from that bonfire, it's a very hard Crystal Lizard to get. I'm going to try to backtrack a bit from this bonfire. Because we took a weird, really weird approach angle to get to it. You can also get to it, like, from progressing up over here. This would be kind of the vanilla direction. Vanilla directions are for suckers. Shoot, I wanted to grab that item. I think I might be able to jump out of one of those windows to get it or something. Let me see. No, there's no way I'm jumping out of one of those windows. It can't be done. Let's see. There is a ladder up here. That guy's gotten angry, so I'm gonna have to consider what he thinks is important. There. His opinion is now moot. So we've got another one of those kind of witch characters up here. I got kind of trapped. Yep, that fall killed me. That's like a tiny stumble worth of damage, but I was very, very bruised. Yeah, when we start from this bonfire, the crystal lizard is activated from the moment we arrive, and there's no way we can like wrap around to get it before it despawns. It's already in the despawning animation there. We'll just kill him. So the woman who's up above us right now, oh, oh, it didn't show up after the fall. It showed up back over there. That's really, really awful. Ow. She might come down now. That will let me get my souls back. And it's about 10,000. That's meaningful. Yeah, those, she can cast a number of spells, and she loves to, like, cast them down at you when you come into this area through the vanilla routing. But since I'm kind of coming through this area in reverse, I don't have to deal with her in quite the same way. Ow. That's pretty fierce. Ow. It really wants me to dodge through that sweep. And she is, oh. I needed to mash more to stand up faster. Man, I don't have a great memory of the way this, the way combat plays out in this. It's kind of brutal on both ends. You're allowed to brutalize the enemies, and they're allowed to brutalize you, so you just gotta watch for it. Ah. These big chunky ladies, the biggest trick about them is they don't really stagger. And that's basically our natural enemy on Soul Level 1 is enemies who don't stagger. She got us again. I was really hoping I could just kill her with a plunge into a combo. But she doesn't stagger from a plunge. Not, I mean, like, not more than just a little bit. Maybe minimally. Alright. I'm just going to run past for a bit and grab a lot of stuff. We are still in the stuff accrual phase of the game. Where did my souls go? Does she has them up there again? Yeah, if you die very shortly after falling, your souls get moved back a bit to compensate for death by falling. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave you be. Nothing over here. So that spell she's casting does lock on pretty notably. Yeah, we gotta watch out for the regular progression of this village. Ah. my swing came up shallow on hitting the pitchfork guy. I was expecting it to cleave through both of them. Yeah, this is set up as kind of like a precarious murder village. Alright, I should not have dropped my souls back this far in here. There's not, like... I think that what I want to do here is actually probably just go back to vanilla progression on this. So we'll run past her again. And I want to go into this first house. I got the souls back before the last guy got me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, approaching it from this angle, I think, is putting me in a bit of a messy situation. Like, half the enemies who are becoming part of this pack would not be aggroed at this point. They'd be aggroed earlier in the sequence of going through the village in the vanilla route. So I might have to just make peace with losing these souls. Which does happen all the time in SL1, so that's the thing. Oh, hey, Titanite Shard, that's cool. Ow! Here we go. Yeah, so we'll just grab them and head over this way. So we've got these saw wielder dudes. They are not stagger proof, thankfully. They've got a really long attack animation. And they do a pretty good amount of damage. If you get hit during the wrong part of the animation, you're kind of screwed. Ouch. That's problematic. That'll put my souls in a good place, though. These guys are also really parryable, so if I had a setup with a shield, I could parry this through. But I don't have a useful one-handed weapon yet, so I'm not gonna worry about changing that up. I think they're backstabbable, and I was trying for the backstab at certain points, but couldn't, like, find the right angle. Just go ahead and run on through. Oh, crap. I forgot the actual blessing I was supposed to bring. Okay, this segment's going to be harder than it might need to be otherwise. Because we've got an archer giant filling this place up with havoc. And that stuff is going to happen. Because I didn't bring Giant Archer's favorite trinket. Thankfully, Giant Archer does not care for our enemies either, so they are also going to be taking some havoc. Some of the items around this area are very important, so we actually do have to run around here and grab this stuff. We can choose to revisit later when he's gone. We get the Cleric Set there. This guy has a weird amount of health because he's like the Flamberge version. They're much tougher. And I believe here we get the first Umbral Ash. Yep. So that Umbral Ash will add some extra items to the shopkeeper when we go back to the shopkeeper later. So... This guy can be reasonably dangerous, but he's not that big a deal. You can stagger him really easily. He does like a little left-right shuffle, but if your weapon does horizontal attack, does like horizontal chopping attacks, he's not a big deal. Here we take this jump to grab an extra item. It's a Great Scythe. The Great Scythe is technically usable, but I think you need to be wielding either 1 or 2 rings to actually use it. 1 ring will do. You just need the Dex ring. That's the case for a lot of two-handed weapons. Okay, I believe we've got a boss here on the left that we can go after. that is not what I want to work on right now. I want to open that door. So notably, the boss behind me, once you have chosen to go after it, once you've chosen to go after and take out that boss, the Mound Maker's Covenant will no longer be available to you. So you have to make the choice of getting that Covenant before you go through that door and beat that boss fight. You can attempt the boss fight and it won't lock out the Covenant. But once you've succeeded, the Covenant's gone. Okay, so this area might look familiar, because over there is the bonfire we triggered earlier. That's the bonfire we're going to use for the Cursed Rod of Greatwood. I'm still trying to remember where everything is. They're the ones who throw the pots, and then they switch over to their axe-wielding, like, mechanisms. Or saws, not axes. I think I just knocked him into the wall. That is something. Yeah, we're just gonna beat feet through this segment a bit. Because there's a couple things to do through here. We've got an NPC to chat with.
All you faceless undead, behaving as if you deserve respect. No matter. If you've any sense, you here, live like the others, then go on ahead. You'll face death. Enough death to leave you broken. If like the others, then go on it.
So this guy we can run into a little later, and he will, we'll have to fight with him a bit. The other gal inside there, we have to get around behind her and open that spot up in order to actually access that fight. We've got a couple options through here. Meet Sigurd of Katarina, or Sigmire, I think.
Oh, pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegwart of Katarina. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by... Well, if whoever it is, but I have to find a way up. This lift only goes... Well,
So the interesting trick about this is you just activate the lift and let it go, and you'll get the other platform and the ability to go up. And this kind of solves the puzzle for Sigurd.
this lift with...
I believe he kind of remarks on it as we go up. Up near the top, have a little chat.
Who are you? I help any time.
So now that we've made friends with him, he will not shoot arrows at us, and I think his arrows become peaceful to us from this point on. So we can navigate that area a lot more calmly. There are a few other areas in the game that he actually also has trajectory on. So there's a couple different places where that comes up. Let's see, I think there are a couple of items around here. I need to call the elevator back up because I accidentally sent it down. Didn't mean to. I think there's also some trickery with this elevator and like rolling off early that can get us access to the Chloranthy Ring. Not that early. Definitely not that early. Ha! So Sigurd is already gone by the time we come back down. And we're going to travel to the other bonfire at the cliff underside because it's a lot closer to where we just left our corpse. I'm trying to hold on to my corpse until I can get 20,000 souls and buy the tower key. So if I lose it, that will actually be a bit of an undesirable setback. So we're just going to move over here, then down here, then down over here, here. I want that mob to proceed a little bit, because they naturally just walk over time. And I don't want to fight that many dogs while I'm trying to sprint past all these other guys. That guy just fell off that bridge. He got kind of pushed. That's pretty funny. The guy with the hammer will move and be on his way. I think that one of the keys I need I can buy by handing over the Mortician's Ashes. Okay, so let's run on through here, and I'll grab my souls. Yeah, I actually think the Mortician's Ashes is the secret sauce that I'm missing here. So I'm going to grab these souls, and okay, my souls are going to be at the top of the tower, and it's currently going the other way. Okay, so I'll grab my souls in a bit. Yeah, because of falling mechanics, they're going to be at the bottom of the tower, or they're going to be at the top of the tower. So I need to move back up. I might actually need to deal with some of these guys who are coming in. No, they left, okay. Okay, so let this go. Let me take this back up. Yeah, there's the scaffolding I can jump onto, so that's what I was looking for. So we'll grab these, and so it's about here. That's the jump off point. So over here, we pop out.
Ah, do.
We have a chat with Sigurd. Just a quick one. For the upcoming enemy, I actually want charcoal pine bundle on my weapon.
On some, I went up. I'm no coward, and I was. How now?
Actually, wait, we can't apply a charcoal pine bundle onto this upcoming fight. Do I want to attempt this guy while I have this many souls? Not really. I can come back and do this. And I want to get Homeward Bones right here. Go back to the shrine, hand off some items, and maybe process some upgrades or buy some things. Okay, here we go.
Ah, how gracious.
Mortician's Ash. If we kill significant NPCs, they will tend to drop their ash that we can hand off to the Shrine Handmaiden, and then purchase things from her afterwards. There it is, the grave key. Needed that. Short sword, scimitar. We can buy chain if we want to.
Knowest that cordial, and so thou art then thy pockets. Ashen one bring me with, is it? Know that and so then.
Yep, and yeah, we'll go ahead and buy the white sign soapstone. Why not? The dried finger is an item that you have the opportunity to use to actually pull in more invaders at a time. It's kind of interesting. So we've got the Pyromancy Trainer hanging out over here. Yoel can teach certain sorceries, I think.
Just good, wasn't he?
Not that important for us, though. I believe I have another Ester Shard. It was just the one. Reinforcement is available. We could reinforce the Deep Battle Axe a bit. We've got 6 Titanite Shards, which I believe buys us at least 2 reinforcements. As opposed to Dark Souls 1, we've got several options that are better than the Reinforced Club, so not going to be playing with that too much. It's fine to throw a couple upgrades onto this, so we'll get it up to +2.
Pretty, I don't.
It takes 6 shards to get up from +2 to +3, and we probably won't be bothering to get that big on the Deep Battle Axe. Okay, trying to remember where I need to go. So I believe next is from the cliff underside. We should be able to open the grave. We should be able to use the grave key now down here. I need to remember which key gets us into Grey Rat's cell. I think it's back on the high wall, and I skipped it. So I think I'm going to have to go back to the high wall for a bit. Oh, right. I can also equip a worker hat. Does this grant some kind of stat? I thought it did, but I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, looks a little goofy. Right. I wanted to get down from here. The best way is to come out this way. And then go up here and over the rooftop. So you can go down here. Over here. Here. Looks like those other NPCs are already cleared out. So we're heading back over here. The dog snuck his way in here. I'm going to change this back to fire bombs. Yeah, all the rats are now one shot by that attack. And I'm going to use the firebomb to pull the great rat. Not quite there. For all his size, he doesn't have a lot of health. There is a staircase there that we just kind of ignored a little bit. It's fine. So over here we have the Shrine of Forgiveness. We can use this in the event that we aggro an NPC that could be kind, and they will forgive us. Some of these zombies or skeletons are able to get up, but I'm just going to try and blitz this. This area is largely a straight shot. I don't remember how many of them will come out of that little area ticked off at me. I think the answer is quite a few. But at least this guy. He's in a mood. It's not that bad. One of those guys tends to fall down here. That'll do for him. Very sloppy, but it works. So we got one of the Titanite Lizards. You may have noticed some more. You're not wrong. There were more. They just all scatter when you show up, and you only have a limited opportunity to get any. Where does this go? Ambush. I believe if I jump down there, there's like a lot of rats come out. There is a ladder at the other side, so I might, I think I'll go down there anyway. I think I need to. Yep, several rats. That is a-okay. Just don't dilly-dally in the room. There. A little something on my teeth. Little phantom there. And here we've got this gal to talk to.
Is someone there? Oh, the dark little creature, so please.
This gal is our miracle vendor for the game.
Not until praise them. Oh, I came to this land. Your touch has freed me from the darkness. I am weak, but if it would not drop, oh, then I be weak.
I don't fully understand what's entailed in being a firekeeper. It seems that many take to it. So this guy will not appreciate what we just did.
You've gone and rescued her, have you? How very quaint. Very well. I am Egon, a knight of Karim. I am allied to you for as long as you... and only... What's the matter? I am allied to you and
Yeah, Egon is, he is not super friendly. We're not going to be staying on good terms, really. Oh, it was going up. Shoot, I thought it was going down. I wanted to reverse it. Okay, I do want to go up, so I'm going to go up. I'm going to see if I can finish that bit with Sigurd. I think actually that the thing I'm missing right now is from the first bonfire, going through the standard route instead of going across the bridge. Oh, right, need to drop down here. So, Sigurd has a very interesting, kind of tricky quest. It's not all that... I missed it. Whoops, I'm dead. The trick about Sigurd's quest is that he can get killed along the way, and there are several kind of opportunities for Sigurd to prematurely die. If you can get him to survive till the end of his quest, you will get a very nice item in exchange, or a couple actually. I believe if you run his quest to completion, not only do you get assistance on one of the game's bosses, it's not a challenging boss, but you do get assistance with him. Not only that, but you also get 2 Titanite slabs. There are only 7 Titanite slabs available in the game, and 2 of them come through Sigurd's quest. So it's a pretty big deal. A slab is necessary to max out any piece of equipment. So essentially, if you work with Sigurd and interact with his quest, you can max out up to 7 pieces of gear. If you don't, you can max out up to 5. We only actually probably need to max out about 3 in order to like play through the game the way we like in our ideal way. So it's perhaps 6 of 1. If he dies, it's not like a run breaker if he dies. It is a shame. He's a chill guy. Okay, I am missing where this scaffolding is. There it is. Okay. Yep. So when you jump down into this fight, or rather when you jump down off this platform, you aggro this demon over there pretty shortly after you come over here. Sigurd will kind of comment, and we will have him alongside us to fight this guy. You getting killed fighting this demon doesn't matter. You come back all the time.
No! You should have waited!
If Sigurd dies,
It's too late now.
it's problematic.
I, the word of the Knight of Arena, fight by your side.
Thankfully, he's a healthy boy. And this opponent is a bit of a laggard. So this particular fight is not one where it's super dangerous for Sigurd. There are some later dangerous situations for him.
That was quite a performance, but you mustn't get in over your head. We Unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make. To your valor, my sword, and our victory together.
He will...
May the sun shine.
He will give you his own concoction, Seat Brow, in a lot of your encounters with him.
Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
And he'll basically finish up with a nap every time you interact with him. Which also gives you the sleep emote. Okay. So, I don't recall much around here in this immediate little village space. But there is like a building around here that I can explore. Is there anything over here? I don't think so. No, it's just a loot. Yeah, like back over that way there's some stuff to explore. There's a building with a couple little ambushes, and I think some meaningful items. large club. Need to knock that down, and this. We get the northern set. The Pale Tongue is a Covenant item that applies to somebody, I don't know. It's for progressing a Covenant. I think it might be the PvP Covenant, like the red guys. So you can kind of tell that one of these hanging things does not look like the others, and it's going to fall. If you stand under it, it will fall down on you. Most of the stuff around here that have that kind of interaction, they don't do a lot of damage, they're just quite startling. They're also very fragile, slow, and they don't, like, they're fragile, slow, and they don't hit very hard. It's just like, boo. The game's just messing with you. It's just a little spook. If I remember correctly, there is a more dangerous thing over here. Okay, yeah, that's right. There's dogs. So we'll go serious to fight the dogs. And, you. So, over here, there's more of these, like, people who are treeifying. A couple other interesting notes in Dark Souls 3 while we're kind of ambling about, working through various things. In Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1, it's basically a single death changes you from being human to being hollow. In Dark Souls 3, you hollow much more gradually. That's right, that was the big spook. Whew. Human pine resin, I believe, gives us dark damage. Made from real humans. That's right, we've got these two up here. This is the most dangerous part of this area. We're going to try and skip them if they will allow me. What is on this rooftop? I remember that there's a meaningful ring up around here. I forget which one it is. Is it here? Flynn's ring! This is where the Flynn's ring is. It's a big deal. Yeah, it's a lot less effective than the Flynn's ring in Dark Souls 2, but you get it much earlier. I believe we can also drop down here in a particular way, and this will get us the Chloranthy Ring, which is somewhere around here. I think I might need to drop down in that tower, but it might be around this rim. Homeward Bones. All sorts of knickknacks to pick up on. So we'll get the Chloranthy Ring. Lowering equip load increases attack. Okay, this might be a bit of a trick jump. Not that tricky, perhaps. Yeah, I'll just take some damage. It's fine. The Mirror gear. There's the Chloranthy Ring. The Mirror gear is quite stylish, and that's all there is to it, really. It's good for style. Alright. Now, I believe that really in terms of my traversal of this area, I've really got to go back to the... I see an item I missed. Really got to go back to the first bonfire to complete my traversal of this area. Kill that dog. Here, and we'll use a Homeward Bone. I didn't actually mean to go to the Shrine Bonfire with that. I could have gone to Last Visited, and that would be fine. So I'll be going straight back out. Oh, actually, I can burn an Undead Bone Shard. That's not a bad idea. That gets us the Estus Flask +1. And we'll be traveling now to the Undead Settlement Bonfire. here. I need to go back to the high wall. Ow. I need to go back to the high wall of Lothric very shortly. I know that I am missing the key to Grey Rat's cell, and I think like a lot of quests and encounters and things like that in the game are staged out in such a way that if you miss them, those NPCs will be worse for wear. I actually hit that one guy on the backswing. Looks like we're pretty close to one-shotting that enemy type. Okay, so we're going to run out over here. Last time we took the bridge across. This time we want to investigate this tangle of buildings. We're just going to run over and start doing that. We don't need to engage with the congregation for permission. Except for like these couple of guys down here, who will try to get involved. Possibly these guys. Yep, I wasn't quick enough to make them not get involved, so they'll get involved. Cool. So that dealt with, we'll head over here, which basically I skipped previously by just taking a whole other route. I ran out of stamina for a bit there. Killing these guys up here preempts an ambush where they will jump down on you when you move through this area. You don't want to have guys jumping down on you when you have to deal with, like, this guy. He's very easy to kill. He just attacks for quite a lot of damage. I believe this is also a live enemy. Let's see. So back through here is the Estus soup that I acquired earlier. Oh, hey, that's an item. I think I can chop that down with a vertical swipe. Yeah, there we go. Just a little extra something. That's very nice, you do that. Okay, and this takes us to the front area of the kind of village space that we were at before. That's what that is. You make a lot of noises that I don't appreciate. Okay, so there's not much we were missing with that. I may be thinking of a different area in terms of where to find certain things. So I'm trying to remember where to find Astora straight sword. I thought it was somewhere in this village, but I'm coming up blank on where in the village. Since I am approaching from this direction, it's a good chance to get this guy killed. Come here. Cool. Get a sharp gem. I believe a sharp gem increases damage and gives us bleed proc, which can be handy. This is the bit across from the rat. I am going to travel back to the high wall of Lothric and do some more exploration around here to try and remember where the heck Grey Rat's key is. I remember loosely the rune pattern that involves the Astora straight sword. There's like what's it called? There are some barrels in the lower room that you need to deal with. Shut up. Oh, cool. Titanite. That's right. That's the bit with the resin, and you just have to walk around to the right. There's a spot over here where you can fall down. Oh, don't mind me. Sorry about that. I'm just hitting buttons. No, that's right. You come up here, and then there's a spot around on the other side of the dragon where you fall. He actually did not have the time to wake up those other guys. That's cool. There you go, gold pine resin. Thought I remembered that. Okay, so after we take those guys down, we go down this way. Okay, so the area I haven't checked out is really the other side of the dragon, basically. As he will continually do fire breath. I'm forgetting how much space it covers. For the most part, the answer is a lot of space. Which is why we just roll past all those guys. Okay, and this is at the location for the second bonfire. Okay, so, I must be mistaken then about where exactly that key is. Doesn't bother me. Do we just need to talk to him through bars? Maybe. Alright, so if that's the case, then what I need to do is carve a path through the rogues in this next room and get back downstairs. Yep, never try to outswing an NPC with a dagger. They are always faster. Just the way Dark Souls works. Yep, an NPC with a halberd, on the other hand, go to town. Okay, there is a special key that's used for this. Just gonna make sure you don't get any ideas. Through here, there's a guy on one side. And then here we are back with Grey Rat in this room. Okay, yeah, I can't talk to him from here. It is locked. Was the key, like, really close to here? Have I been in that room? I think so. Yeah, I almost certainly have. You know what? I think I might know where the key is, and it is in a bit of an annoying place, if it is where I think it is. So let me run over to that. It is like kind of the maintenance tasks of making sure you don't miss items and plot lines and things. 'Cause the Dark Souls 3 does have some important quest chains. I have already killed this Pus of Man. So we just cut you down straight up. Cold-blooded. So through here is what I'm thinking of, even though I've already gone through there. I'm just assuming that I missed something. I think I can let him be, because he mostly just wants to archer. So I think there's some stuff past this guy that I've kind of skipped. Cool. I can just barely break his guard on like the last swing I had available. Yeah, because I went up into this side room, but I don't think I went this way. thank you for your patience on that swing. That's just really nice. Okay, Broadsword. That is the next thing we're going to be upgrading a bunch. So let's see. We want to head down to this room, but that's not the most immediately important thing. Yeah, because we want to get over here. I think that some of these panels might break or something. Green Blossom here. We need to drop down a level, which I think happens just by rolling off here. Yeah, and then it's around here. That's a real chest. There's the Astora straight sword. Cool, didn't want to miss that. Now for this area down here, I kind of wanted to blow that up ahead of time. I kind of wish something was in the vicinity to get blown up when I did that. And they were not, because I was impatient. And for no other reason, really. Okay, so I loosely remember that it's on... There's an important item on the body down there. Crap. Selkie, got it. Okay, I got killed. And unfortunately that is the 20,000 souls that I needed to have for the tower key. But this is the cell key, which is very important to have. I think there is another important item down there that I still need to get. Yeah, I don't think that's really reasonably skippable. That is attached to the... That is closest to the second bonfire. So we're going to be going to the second bonfire. I'm going to go free Grey Rat first. And then I'm going to be going back after those souls. Now, I can take a better approach at that room. A more conservative approach, kind of. The trickiest thing, actually, is that something like just right in here might randomly go in. I need to be cautious of that. I want to get the plunging on this guy correct. There we go. The other guy in this room, I think, won't be super aggressive, super fast. We get him killed. We run past that stuff. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. And now we can pay Grey Rat a visit. So that should be everything here that was aggressive.
Ah. No, you must be some of that enkindled ash. Remarkable. Below the high wall, not the home of any lord, just an old woman, please. I'm not asking for charity. I'll be sure. I may be a petty thief. What do you say? Very well.
I will grant your request.
I am Grey Rat. Give this ring to old Lorette. Do your part.
Blue Tearstone ring. Now, we get to hold on to this ring because, of course, Loretta's dead. We have her bones. And we need to pass those bones off to Grey Rat back in the, what's it called? Back in Firelink Shrine. And he will kind of say, like, oh, that sucks. And, you know, but he's going to stick around. Yeah, that requires a much later key, but I don't remember what that key is. Okay, we go across here. We ticked off a rogue, but he doesn't like to come out here after us. Never mind. He doesn't... That guy doesn't always come up the stairs either. They're in a mood. They're like, oh, we get it. You're running to get some souls back. We can't make this easy at all. Yeah, you bet. So I gotta fight one of those polearm knights too, and those guys are no joke. Just quickly make sure I don't get shot in the back. There we actually do one dodge and then immediately move back a little bit to bait his shield backhand. And that works pretty well. All right, forgot about you. Kindly die. Okay, so this time we're going to go in the vanilla like entry to the room over here. I think that firebomb throw was a little off to kill anything. Let's see. Also a little off. There we go. We got a dog with it. That is helpful indeed. We can possibly get another firebomb toss if they wanted to patrol over to that, but we're not going to get it. There's an important item sitting on that anvil is what we're after. So I think go for this guy first. Yep, Ester Shard. Pretty much irreplaceable. One of the guys upstairs is woken up, and he's going to detonate some of this other crap. So I'm actually going to go back around to kill him. Okay, no, it forced him to jump down. He's going to be a little jerk. Okay, so we've just got 2 guys left here, and we need to make sure that the dogs at the base of the stairs do not ruin our day. Got just a little bit more in terms of triggering the detonations in here. That takes him out. And there's that. There we go. Yeah, plenty of options to deal with that room way more carefully than I did the first time through. These bookcases are so suspicious, man. I keep expecting them to be breakable. Okay, and this gets us out just above this other knight in the courtyard from before. I don't believe there are any other items up here either. We have the option of dropping down to the courtyard from here, but we don't really need to at this point. We're going back to the shrine. We're going to chat with Grey Rat, give him Loretta's bone, and then we will, what's it called? Buy the tower key over here.
Ah.
Purchase. Where is it? I saw it, past it. There we go. Tower key.
Ashen one.
I can't remember what's actually in the tower. I don't think it's even anything important. I'm just being a little extra and trying to make sure I get it before I forget about it. Okay, talk to Grey Rat.
Oh, hello, and in one piece. What I just thought.
Give him Loretta's bone.
Thank you. Almost ready. You can as.
Yeah, keep the ring.
You can as.
He doesn't have more dialogue for now. Let's see. He can sell us fire bombs. He can sell us rope fire bombs, which are kind of interesting. They just like fly behind you when you use them. And he can give us a lot of different weapons. The bandit's knife is quite viable actually in effecting bleed on SL1, but we need to have the dexterity ring to use it, so it's only available after the dancer, who, funnily enough, is one of the most bleed vulnerable enemies we're going to be dealing with. So that's kind of a thing. Yeah, the longsword is perfectly wieldable, just requires 10 and 10. I believe the broadsword, which is going to be kind of a focal weapon for us, is similar in many ways to the longsword in terms of how it's used. It does a little bit more damage and it has a little bit less range. So we're going to start on getting upgrades for the broadsword now.
Ah, just wasn't it?
And all we have right now is the ability to make it a +1, but I believe we can either actually infuse it into a fire broadsword for a pretty marked gain, and that's a very solid option for us at this point in the game. We'll be dealing with plenty of fire vulnerable stuff. I'm going to have to burn some souls to make that happen. Thankfully, I've got several.
Ah, just good, wasn't it?
So we'll infuse the broadsword with fire. Yeah, our most effective infusions will generally be fire and raw. In Dark Souls 3, you can remove infusions without having to worry. Yeah, unlike Dark Souls 2, where we start off with just a single Estus charge, and we have to work up from basically nothing. You can get your second Estus charge in the initial village in Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 3, we start with 3 Estus charges. We can immediately reallocate to get 1 additional Estus charge, and we're already finding quite a few Estus flasks. Okay, so those were the missing items in the High Wall and the missing quest with Grey Rot. I believe I've initialized all the quests I need to in the Undead Settlement. I'm not going to be picking up Mound Makers. So with this, we can go to the cliff underside and start making attempts on the Curse-Rotted Greatwood, I believe is the name of it. I can't quite recall if that's accurate. This is a really interesting boss. It's pretty fun to fight. It's got big squelchy weak spot pimples that you need to pop. And then it's got kind of a second phase. It's a very Dark Souls-y feeling boss, in that it's kind of a big lunk who you just need to kind of know how to deal with. And by Dark Souls-y, I mean it's a very intimidating boss that is not actually very complicated or tricky. So this here is the boss arena. When we first come in, there's all sorts of goons hanging out. We'll wake up the tree, and the tree is going to take out most of these guys. So we're only going to worry about the most dangerous among them. Tree is real slow at getting on over here. Now I think I'm gonna want to switch off to the Broadsword here. Notably, the Broadsword is wieldable in a single hand. It attacks real fast. Its heavy attack is the horizontal sweep. Yeah, so a couple swipes, and all of these random undead will be taken out, basically. That should be the last of them. I think he just stands up and sits down for this attack. Yeah, it's nasty. Oh, there's another one. I'd like you to leave your hand on the floor. The hand has one of those pimples. While he's stunned, it's an opportunity to go after other, pus spots. I think a couple more guys will drop in. We can't get to that, it's too covered. I think we need to get the one on the back of his foot next. Yep. Blip. Pop that. I'm gonna wait for some of this goo to go away so I can get back to the crotcheting. Right up in his craw. Ow. So the boss is gonna go into phase 2 now by denting in the floor. Come on down below. And he's gotten way nastier up on front. Yep. We gotta watch out for all his gunk. I think he's gonna lean back. You gotta watch out for that. He does have a big vulnerability point on the front where you may have noticed he's sprouted some arms. Yeah, he's got a sudden outbreak of arms. Oh, I got a little staggered there. Didn't do damage to me, though. I'm gonna pop that. I got grabbed. I don't think this is lethal. Very close, though. I got tagged, so we'll have to do this again. I don't quite remember the second phase stuff. I think he's got a little. He's got a spot on the inner right thigh that I can go for. Generally speaking, you don't have to spend a lot of your time attacking the arm. Just a little bit is fine. If you do the boss fight very cleanly, you should be able to kind of string from one weak point to the other and not have as much downtime as I'm having. I'm having downtime remembering which parts of this guy I can actually attack. I believe the most important thing to note is that I need to tag his crotch during phase 1 a lot. And I think I can actually kind of chain it so that I get the stun based on his crotch and then go for the hand vulnerability that I found earlier. I'm going to try and ignore more of the hollows. Let's see, where was that weak spot? So we've got one on the leg, one on this left hand. Yeah, so there's a spot on his left leg. It's like hard to get at. Yeah, this red-eyed dude has a little bit more health. Don't believe he's alive. Incoming phase transition. Ow. Ah, man. Yeah, I was trying to just get a couple licks in as part of the phase transition and maybe close it out. So I think on the phase transition I'll go for the inner thigh and then follow that up with attacking him in the back to get most of it done. There should just be a little bit of cleanup attacking the front part, which I might be able to sneak in while he's in the hit stun from getting the back pimple popped. But yeah, you don't have to you don't actually have to worry about killing all the villagers like I did the first time through. Did that the first time through because I couldn't remember what I was in for. Wanted to be safe. I believe fire is the effective damage on this, hence the use of the fire weapon. But I don't remember how, like, exactly the mechanics of this work. We're on 108, 108 with this, as opposed to 116, 116. So it's not a very big difference. The weapon does attack a good bit faster. That falling rain of stuff usually, like, deals with more of his followers. He's really slacking this time. Ow. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's what happens when you take your eyes off the prize. Because I was kind of dead center for that. I'm not sure if I would have gotten out okay with just one roll. So I let myself get distracted. But yeah, like a Dark Souls boss, life and death against this boss is sometimes a little binary for our SL1 run, wearing like tattered robes. If you're wearing, you know, real gear and you put points in health, it's not that risky. Okay, I think I'm going to start actually by going for the inner thigh. No, wait, the inner thigh is only active once he's fallen. There we go. Okay. And there's the boss. Yeah, if you chain out all his vulnerability points correctly, he'll just die, and that's all there is to it. As a reward, we get the Transposing Kiln, which is also what enables us to convert boss weapons into weapons. Well, convert boss souls into weapons, if we so desire. Generally, not a big deal. This down here is the altar to the Mound Makers that allows you to initially join the Covenant. With the boss dead, we no longer have the option to do so. It's just a note. There's basically a secret way of getting down here before the boss is dead. Alright. So the next position for us to continue onwards from is taking that elevator down, and that's going to take us over to... down instead of up. And that's going to take us on to the next area after we fight kind of a tough enemy. And we're going to leave that for tomorrow. Dark Souls 3 will be our new pursuit for Hard Mode Mondays, and we will at the very least be playing Dark Souls 3 SL1 every Monday until we've, you know, gotten through this. Let's see, I'm gonna have a quick chat with you.
Oh, good. But what do you read? Oh, right. And so
yeah, he'll talk about a few upcoming bosses and things like that. But anywho, tonight, this is where we will close out the stream, so I can get some good rest, be ready for work tomorrow. Thanks for joining in. This has been Jupiter Exile. Until next we wander, good night.